Gonzalez. Out against Gabin.
You covered him on the right, he'll go left, but he couldn't do it that time because Dynamite was there.
Big start for Purefoods. Anejo has yet to score in this ball game. 7-0 lead.
And what is key here is that they have been able to defend well, keeping AJ65 out of tune, and they can even score. And now you have an offensive foul called against Joey.
What's happening here, Joey called an offensive rebound, is both the Lusaga brothers or Dante Gonzalgo are not legitimate point guards. So the play cannot develop. They try to go a lot to the one-on-one play, and Purefoods is playing terrific defense.
Here is Jolas. He gets away.
9-0, and Anejo has yet to score.
And it is nearing already 3 minutes, and this is a long silence on the part of AJ65.
Patrimonio quickly switches off against Loizaga, and there's going to be a foul call downstairs. It might be on Jolas.
That's right, Andy.
Foul, Patrimonio.
Oh, Patrimonio.
And for a moment, Jolas was all set to acknowledge it. And reviewing the foul scoreboard, that is in effect the first foul called against Patrimonio. So Lastimosa, Solis, Patrimonio, and Mon Fernandez playing with 1 personal foul each.
Both of the teams have 14 fouls. Joey Loizaga with 2. Outside shooting, and Harmon starts off the ball game as far as Anejo is concerned with an outside shot.
And it took them 3 minutes and 15 seconds before they could buy one.
Solis calling for play number 2.
9-2 is the score, a 7-point lead being enjoyed by the sizzling hot dogs. Juan Fernandez with challenge, sees the opening, difficult, lost the space, and AJ65 off and running. Open is Chito, no basket, and you have an offensive tip-in coming from Mama.
What happened there was Jerry Cordinera could not box out because Fernandez was still trailing behind, and that allowed Mamaril the easy offensive rebound follow-up play.
So the lead of Purefoods cut down to 5. Jolas from the wings. It's a 2-point shot. He got it from 20.
This is a ball game of pressure, Pingoy. The one who can withstand the pressure, because they're really going to keep on coming back and knocking on your door.
And you know, tension is high. Expectations continue to rise. And I think there is going to be drama here on the floor. Here is Mamaril.
Oh, Mamaril, certainly the confidence level is very high in this championship series.
Well, you've got to admire his attitude. This is pressure for him.
Foul,
But
Fernandez.
somehow, you know that psychologically he's telling himself, this is just a game.
That's right. And that also is the second personal foul of Patrimonio. Mamaril has an opportunity for a 3-point play.
And Mamaril has been a jewel for AJ65, seeing a lot of playing time, averaging 28 minutes. He has already hit a conference high of 21, averaging just below 9 rebounds per game. And so far from the floor has been averaging slightly over 11 points per game.
With a high of 21, 64% from the free throw line. Violation called against 2 guys who step into the lane quickly. If the shot had gone in, it would have counted. Now the opportunity for a jump ball at the center court. You can pick the players that you want to do the jump.
It is 11-6, a 5-point lead by Purefoods. Tap one by the sizzling hot dogs. Cheetahs covering Patrimonio. Here comes the best in the land. Shot block by Mamaril, but Lastimosa was there to pick up the loose ball, and he gets smothered.
Foul, Gonzalgo.
And the foul is going to go against Dante Gonzalgo, but the fans here in special ringside are still talking about that shot block by Mamaril.
Mamaril, yes, he came into the picture at the right time. Lucky for Purefoods, Jojo came in from the outside, pick up the loose ball recovery. He's at the 15-foot line right now. Very steady free throw shooter, but misses the first. He's an 86% free throw shooter.
He's been putting in after the first 20 games, 27 minutes as his playing average. And pretty good from the floor, just below 20 points. And has already conference high of 35.
35. He splits his charities to give Purefoods a 6-point lead.
Both squads are playing with 5-team fouls. Time is 7 and 10. And referee Rudy Hines was on top of that situation.
A holding foul called against Gonzalgo.
That'll be his second personal foul.
I think
Deliberate foul,
deliberate foul.
Gonzalgo.
Well, normally you'd rule that as the breakaway foul, and he had that in mind.
That's right. So quickly he must be replaced. Look at the team fouls. 6 already for Anejo, 5 already against Purefoods. Very quickly, the teams are really playing tough defense and giving up the fouls.
Gonzalgo.
Harmon and Dandy Gonzalgo and Joey Loizaga playing with 2 personal fouls, and Dandy Gonzalgo is not going to be risked. He is rested and paced by the playing coach Big J. And coming off the bench is Isaac. Isaac can make things happen for Anejo.
Isaac is a good defensive player and also a very good outside shooter. He's also a legitimate point guard, can call the plays for the team.
So far right now, with 7 minutes to go, only 2 from Anejo scoring. Mamaril with 4 and Harmon with 2. Here is Harmon.
Makes the shot, but he's called for an offensive foul and it's not going to count.
Good positioning by Jolas. He was able to plant his feet, had territorial right.
Let's take a look at that play again on our slow-mo. There's Lastimosa meeting Cordinera, and the angle was caught by the referee.
Here comes Jerry. Patrimonio for the offensive rebound behind the basket, and he did not get the shooter's bounce.
That's one thing that Chito does. You know, he guards players very well, but Patrimonio is not
Foul,
easy to bounce out.
Mamaril.
And that was shown in that play. Mamaril giving up a foul against Patrimonio.
That'll be the first against Mama. Right now, the score is 14-6 for Purefoods prior to these 2 free throws by Alvin. Anejo is in penalty situation to the 5-team
Cordillera.
fouls carried by the Hot Dogs. And Cordinera, because of 3 personal fouls, can't be risked also by the Big J. So we have, coming off the bench, Ampalayo.
I think Sonny also wanted to take out the fact that Ampalayo also gives up poor fouls, you know, as he starts off the game. So he's bringing him off the bench, trying to conserve his fouls in this ball game. Big lead now for Purefoods. 16-6 is the count.
It's only Mon Fernandez so far who has not scored here for Purefoods. Joey knocks in
Loizaga,
his first
3-point.
rainbow shot.
See, those are the fouls, kind of fouls that Ampalayo loves to give, which is not good fouls. Especially the fact that they're in penalty, he's
Foul,
sending the guy
Ampalayo.
to the 15-foot line.
Penalty.
That is just giving them access to scoring, and somehow you got to sympathize with him. He shook his head, and you now have El Presidente at the line trying to get his first point.
A little strong there. 70% free throw shooter.
Mon, after 19 games, has been averaging 31 minutes playing time and had to build his strength little by little. Has hit a conference high of 47, averaging just about 17 points per game.
He did that against San Miguel at the very start of the semifinals. Had a superb night. 7 rebounds and also 11 assists.
Joey sees the opening. Good shot block at the last second by Jerry. Here is Solis.
Intimidated a little bit by Leo Isaac in that play, but bad pass by Ampalayo. Straight to the hands of Fernandez.
Red right by Mon Fernandez. No basket.
Over the back foul of Patrimonio.
Oh, that'll be his second personal foul, and
Loose
Dynamite
ball
almost
foul,
shot out like an arrow.
Patrimonio.
We have a
Timeout,
timeout.
Purefoods Hot Dogs.
Score at the moment 17-9 in favor of Purefoods. Time is 5:51 here in the first period, and working against Anejo is finding the team in early team foul trouble. They got it at 7 with just under 7 minutes to go.
Purefoods is not that far behind. They already have 6 with 2 key men with 2 personal fouls. That's Fernandez and Patrimonio. However, Purefoods is enjoying an 8-point lead.
Mon Fernandez trying to cover Ampalayo on the outside, drawing Mon Fernandez to him. Ampalayo looking for an opening. Back again to him, and the pass came in a little bit too soon from Mamaril. Good interception by Joey, going to Mama, who's open from the wings. Bounced out, Ampalayo under the basket, and he scores.
Offensive rebounding there for Anejo, as Jerry Cordinera was no longer in the blue paint. He was trying to scamper it to the front court.
Drive and draw, and got deflected by Mamaril. Did not get a shooter's bounce from Jerry. And Joey seems to be limping, may have
Foul,
gotten a wayward
Mamaril.
knee on the left leg, and it seems to be having a little chat
Patrimonio.
with Mon Fernandez, trying to blame him. And Alvin Patrimonio, because of 2 personal fouls, is faced by Kalilan. And coming off the bench is Padim Israel.
That's the power of Purefoods, the way they work the inside and the offensive rebounding, as shown in that last play by Jerry Cordinera. He's got 2 points in
Warning
the
on
ball.
14, Loizaga. Warning on Fernandez.
Well, the color developing between Loizaga, Joey, and Mon Fernandez drew a warning from the officials' bench.
It's good that they did that right away to try to quell any animosity on the part of 2 players. Jerry missing his first free throw. Still a 6-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods.
By the way, Adidas is the official outfitter of the PBA.
Splits his charities for a 7-point lead.
The 3 white shirts were a shade late on that home run shuttle pass going
Foul,
to Dynamite,
Solis.
who scooted upstairs, and Ampalayo read it right.
Second personal foul of Solis. Purefoods now with also 17 fouls. And Sunny trying to get the first 5, the strongest 5 of Purefoods into foul trouble, personal foul trouble. Chito Loizaga at the 15-foot line. Makes his first free throw. He's averaging 73% from that area. 14 points a ball game, 27 with his high, and a rebounding of close to 6 per ball game.
And he also keeps his eyes wide open, and when you're free, he's been averaging just below 3 assists per game.
Solis calling for the play again. Padim Israel comes out of the pick of Ramon, and there's Jerry underneath the basket.
And he scores.
This is a great play, you know, because this was well executed by the team. You get one of your biggest men underneath the basket all alone. No way he can miss.
Biggest lead of Purefoods was 10 points when the score stood at 16-6. Right now they're in front by 7.
3-point shot.
Loizaga, 3 points.
So you've got 2 rainbow shots coming from Anejo, and they're both from the Loizaga brothers. So far, no 3-pointer from the Hot Dogs. But you know that they're capable of it.
Especially Solis and Jojo. Very high looper there by Lastimosa. And the ball goes to Padim Israel. Blocked by Isaac. There's going to be a loose ball foul on Padim or Jojo. It's on Jojo.
So Jolas
Loose ball foul,
on a
Lastimosa.
loose ball foul. Watch it once more. Drawing his second
Penalty.
personal foul. And that also places them in penalty situation with 4:18 to go. At the moment, AJ65 trailing by 4. 2016
Lastimosa.
Biggest lead of the ball game was at 10 points.
at 16-6. And we have fresh legs in the person of Tote Marquez.
Who's been a great help to this team, partner.
Lastimosa will rest after leading so far here in the first period. 7 points in the area of production, and also helped off the boards, putting down 2 rebounds. Lastimosa.
2 free throws for Leo Isaac, and that lead has been cut down to only 2 right now. Still a lot of time in the first quarter. 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
It's a 2-point game and a 12-4 roll posted by Anejo. They're trying to trap Juan Fernandez. Good pass. Swinging it over to Marquez. Works the baseline. Mamaril was there. And Cordinera lost it to the sidelines. Good press by Dynamite.
I think that was very good defensive rotation there on the part of Anejo. Even though there was a double team, the other 3 men were covering 4 players very well. And when they swung the ball from the strong side to the weak side, there was still a red shirt in front of the guy with the ball.
What were the key factors, Andy? Trailing by 10, and they were silent for 3 minutes and 15 for Anejo to come right back, and they're just trailing by 2.
I think the defense really worked very well for them. They forced Purefoods to take some shots which they don't normally take, and the 3-point shot started falling in for the red shirts, and Chito has just tied the ball game at 20 all.
And this is our first deadlock. Dynamite now leads the production parade with 7, and a quick retaliation coming from Padim Israel. He hits from the floor his first conversion.
I think that's going to also be a very big factor for Purefoods, that Padim Israel can come up and score. He did that for Tanduay when they won the championship in '86, and they need that to do it again. And Mamaril gets away in the paint where he makes a living.
Well, as Mon Fernandez tries to cover Ampalayo, Jerry Cordinera has to pay attention and not take Mamaril for granted.
That's right.
Here is Marquez on a turnaround. Oh, what a nice conversion.
I think the percentages of the shooting has very increased rapidly here as the players sort of settle down right now and loosen up.
Ampalayo trying to work in that pick. He goes inside to Mamaril. Good shot block by Cordinera, but there may be a body contact downstairs. The momentum
Foul,
of
Cordinera.
Jerry made him crash on the body of Mamaril, as you will see on this
Timeout, Anejo, round
replay.
65.
Bang, there it is. And we have a timeout.
Lim is a good golfer, but he also loves basketball, as shown by his presence here in this ball game. Mamaril hits his first free throw on the foul of Jerry Cordinera. We have JB Yango seeing action for the first time in replacement of Jerry. Mamaril trying to tie the ball game, and he does at 24 all.
So this is our third deadlock, and Mamaril is leading the shooting parade for Anejo with 8 points. By the way, during halftime, Eddie Lim will be interviewed by Romy Quintanar, and you will like his statements. A turnaround, and still Mon Fernandez is cold on the floor. Ampalayo on the run, and deflected away by Solis.
Distrito in the ball game for the first time for Joey Loizaga. That was a very tight pass by Dondon Ampalayo. He could have taken it to the hoop. They have 21 seconds for their play. Ampalayo, he's trying to draw it from the outside, and he converts.
Well, Chito was trying to create shooting opportunities for his teammates.
That's right. Distrito's matchup against Solis. Fernandez still going against Ampalayo, who picked up a foul against Ramon earlier. Back up play, and there's going to be a foul on Dondon. That's going to be second personal foul.
And you know, with the cleverness of Mon Fernandez,
Foul
if
on
Ampalayo
Ampalayo.
doesn't change his defensive style, he may just find a short evening.
Well, what's going to happen there is if he picks up another foul, Sonny Jaworski might put Chito Loizaga on Fernandez and send Ampalayo against Padim Israel. Fernandez only 1 point in this
Solis.
ball game.
He is struggling. And we have Generalao coming out of the bench. We have fresh legs from Kalilan. A split from El Presidente. Only his second point, and they came from the stripe. Marquez is covering Isaac. Quickly. Mon Fernandez is there. Ampalayo will challenge all, going wild. Generalao is on the run, looks for the opening. Gives it to the open man. Difficult shot on the part of Marquez, a little bit forced, and a shuttle pass going to Ampalayo. He's home free.
Well, that's the best thing to do. Never look back. You know you're ahead. Go straight for the basket. If you look back, you give the opportunity for the white shirts to come and play defense.
And right now, Anejo in front by 3. Padim Israel goes wild. Isaac is there for the defensive rebound. Looking for the open man. He continues. He takes it from the side. Bingo! High level of confidence.
He's a 6'1" shooting over a 5'8" player. The confidence level is very high for Leo Isaac in that play.
I think he'll try it all night long. Here is Mon Fernandez. It is now Dynamite switching over, defending against him. And he has taken